the great real estate debate. No, it's not if I should get my real estate license or not, although that is a great real estate debate as well. We're talking today about single family investing versus multifamily investing. Which is better? Hey everyone, Kevin Amos, Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. Today we're talking about the great real estate debate. If this is your first time checking out the video and you're watching us on Facebook, be sure to hit the like button, like our page. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button, give us a like, post notifications so you know anytime we have fresh content. And you know what we would really love? If you have questions about this video or any of our videos or about us, how we can help you, be sure to post a comment below. We're gonna monitor those and we'll answer any question that you have. So, the great real estate debate. No, it's not if I should get my real estate license or not, although that is a great real estate debate as well. We're talking today about single family investing versus multifamily investing. Which is better? I wanna focus really on the long-term investor in this video, talking about rental properties building cash flow, not necessarily a fix and flip. And I'm gonna go through the positives of both. You know, when I go to networking events, oftentimes I'll hear someone say, this one's better, I gotta syndicate this apartment building. Syndication is the best thing in the world. But you know what? Apartments might not be right for you, but they might be. So here's some advantages to investing in small apartment buildings. It could be anything from two units or bigger is what I'm talking about here, okay? The first one is economies of scale. Especially if you get stacked units, you really start to see the benefit of this. So I've owned everything from 2 units up to a 23-unit apartment building. I still own a bunch of rental properties, multis and single family. And when you start stacking, it's pretty nice because you have one roof that covers the entire building. So if you have a roof problem and you got to repair or replace a roof, you really get an economies of scale because one roof is going to cover a lot of units. That's just one example. I like the roof example, but all maintenance is going to benefit from an apartment complex because it's all in one location. Your handyman's familiar with it. If they're fixing something over here, they're already on site, so there's no extra trip charges, that kind of thing. It's not limited to just maintenance though. You know, your marketing is a big benefit of economies of scale as well. If you got your marketing machine going, you have vacancies every once in a while come up, you already have potential tenants to put into these units. So it's a big, big benefit to have a lot of units in a small area. The next one is it's easy to manage or easier to manage. And I'll get some pushback on this one because I know that some people struggle with managing multi-unit properties. And I'll go into a little bit of detail of where I've had some struggle with that as well. But in general, I think it's a little bit easier, again, because it's all in one specific location. If you get an apartment building that's big enough and can afford it, I highly recommend you get on-site property management. And this is pretty inexpensive. It could be a half a month's rent, for example, for someone living there. They're gonna take care of the maintenance, common area maintenance. They're gonna take care of the lawn, the trash. They can even show the properties for you so you're not making special trips out there. So I think it could be easier to manage, especially if you get an on-site property management company. The next one is financing. You know, I'm a finance guy. I love the financing side of real estate, and there's benefits to both. On the multifamily side, you could buy a lot more doors and get a lot more cash flow this way. Single family side, you're really limited to how many finance properties you can have. So you got to get to the commercial financing to really start to grow. Now you can do commercial financing on single family houses, but it's better to get 20 or 30 units under one loan because that's one finance property for 30 doors. So you could see how you could really grow that way if you're going this direction. And finally, cash flow. Cash flow is hands down king when it comes to business. Any business, you could be profitable and go out of business without cash flow. In general, multi-unit properties will generate higher cash flow on a monthly basis than single family. And I say in general because that's not always true. Don't go get real excited about multifamilies and just go buy something. The numbers still need to make sense and it still needs to be profitable. So cash flow is fantastic. Oh, one other thing about cash flow. If 1 or 2 units go vacant and you have 20 in a specific area, that property is still going to perform and you can still make your mortgage payment. On the single family side, if it goes vacant, you're 100% vacant. So those are some advantages to multis. Now let's go to the single family. When I say single family, I'm just talking about one door, right? It could be a single family detached house or it could be a single family attached house. These would be condos and townhomes. Now, there's a big difference between a detached and attached, and we could debate that on another video. But for this video, we're going to focus all single family into one specific criteria, one specific area. So less maintenance on single family. You know, in an apartment community, let's face it, we've all lived in apartments, and most of us have. We don't take care of apartments, and people beat them up. So the landlords are always constantly maintenance, and the turnovers are expensive because tenants flat don't take care of apartments. But if they're moving into a home, they really feel the sense of home ownership, and we're going to generally see tenants take better care of a single family home than they will a multifamily. And then you could use cool strategies like rent to own, where they're actually trying to buy the property and they'll take care of it even more than a regular tenant would. So I love rent to own when I manage my properties. Tenant disputes. This is where you get into a problem with property management, and why sometimes it is a little bit more challenging on the multifamily side. You know, I got quoted in Yahoo Real Estate for my opinion on this because everyone was saying how great multifamily is, and I said, look, it is great, but what happens when this neighbor starts complaining about this neighbor? That's something that you don't get in the single family world. And there's not a lot you could do if they start disputing with each other, except for call the cops, which is exactly what they should be doing anyway. So tenant disputes is a downside to multis, upside to single family. It's easier to finance single family. So here we come back to the financing side again. Again, I love financing. So it's easier because you're getting 30-year low interest rate loans, and the qualifications, especially up to your first 4 units, is pretty simple. Lower down payments, lower DTIs, that kind of thing, debt to income ratio. So the financing is a little bit easier on the single family. Diversified. If you have all of your money into one 20-unit building in a specific neighborhood that happens to go into a transition and that property value plummets, all of your money is in this one spot. With single family, you can be diversified over multiple different markets, different cities, parts of the city, and even different markets outside of state. Now, I'm definitely not recommending you go outside your own backyard, especially if you're getting started. But it is an option to invest around the country and get a true diversification with your investment dollars. And then finally, liquidity. Big advantage to single family investing is it's liquid. You're not going to be limited like a multifamily to just real estate investor buyers. You're going to be investors and owner occupied. So the buyer pool is larger. A bigger buyer pool makes the investment more liquid. So again, if you like the video, if you like what I'm saying about single family, multifamily, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a comment. To find out more about Pine Financial and what we're doing, we're a hard money lender. We love to finance your real estate deals. Real quick, I skipped over this, but the financing on the single families, it's not that hard to do no money down financing. If you want to learn about that, there's a free report on our website, www.pinefinancialgroup.com. It's up in the right-hand side. Go ahead and click on the free report into your email, and it'll download into a PDF. So I appreciate you guys watching.